See how the back side is not hitting at all. Now, I've got that adjusted. You see the gap there? That's about what you want when you've got a set of double doors. You've got to have a big gap there because you don't want the back side of your door to hit the back side of your other door. And so that's why on most double doors, at least like this, they're going to back bevel both sides of that, which means this edge of the door is higher than the back side. They cut about a 3/32 back bevel on the doors. Did you know that? And so that's why the gap, well, let's get you on the other side. That's why they have to do that in order to keep the door from rubbing. Okay, and on a double door, on this back side, your gap is actually that much bigger. See how big the gap is on this side? That's because on this side of the door, you can see further so that when you open one door or the other, it doesn't rub on the back, on that edge. Now, if these were in somebody's office or something like that, I mean, it's a little bit different. You would have an active door. It's called an inactive door. And on the active door, meaning the door that has the door handle on it. In this case, we don't have that, but I'm just saying, if you had a set of double doors, and if you only had one handle on one side, and let's say it's on this side, this would be the door that would have the bevel. This door would not have a bevel. This one would always be closed. Maybe it would have a fake doorknob handle on it, and it would have an astragal thing on the back side of it that goes full length with a little piece of rubber weather stripping right there so that this door fits into that. Then you don't see the gap. And then it could have automatic flush bolts, a bolt there that goes up, or manual flush bolts that get pushed up. A flush bolt is like on this door here. You see, this is called an astragal here. You see the flush bolt up there? And then most times you have a flush bolt in the bottom, but these are interior doors. They decided not to have a flush bolt at the bottom. They only have the one flush bolt at the top. So see, this door is a fake doorknob. You can't open it or close it at all. This is the door that has the doorknob. And so if you have these doors closed, this door closes with the little flush bolt up there. That's a manual flush bolt that you push up by hand. For offices, they have automatic flush bolts. That's something different. I'm not going to talk about that too much. You have door closers and all that kind of stuff. But see, then everything just flops at the bottom. They would have had to put a hole down there, another flush bolt here. They'd have to drill a hole down there. They were thinking, hey, that's going to be kind of tricky because you've got tile here, you've got carpet here, and you'd have to put a strike plate down there and screw it in and make it adjusted just right. Some places have that though. But see, on this door here, they didn't bevel this one at all. This one is full length. And then all they did was bevel that side of this door here. Did you know all doors are like that? So like this closet door, when the door closes, this is the short side. The high side is on the back side, so that when you close the door, this edge of the door is not going to hit your door jamb edge. You put a square on there and you'll see that's the case. When this door closes, if this door was square here and a full length door, it would hit the back side of the door jamb. If you barely missed the back side of the door jamb after you close the door, your gap on this side would be way big. It would have to be in order for the door to close, okay? So, see all the stuff you learn when you watch my videos? I never know what I'm gonna talk about next. But on these particular doors, they just happen to be the way they're set up because they're going into a bathroom entrance. And there you go. You're always going to have that gap there. They would have had to put an astragal and straight, and then you'd have to be like, okay, you have to open up this door first before you open up this door. Now they could have done that too. But in this case, you can open up either door at any time. Both doors are beveled, and when you close them right like this, you don't want the back side to hit. That's what we just fixed. We got this all adjusted. You know more about, I'll bet you right now, you know more about a set of double doors and even single doors than you did before you watched this video. Now see, where else might a pair of doors like this be? And I was kind of surprised with 8-foot tall doors that was going to be strong enough to hold this whole thing, and it is, because these are hollow core doors. These aren't really wide doors either. But see, in the closet here, look at this. This is a set of closet doors, same type of deal, same setup. The only way it's closed and will shut tight is the spring-loaded goodie on the top of this door and that little pocket for both of them. That's it. And that's what keeps these doors closed. That's it. And see down here at the bottom, see how they kind of flop around, and after a while, they don't line up. You know, one door is pushed in, one door is pushed out because they don't have a flush bolt that goes down into the floor. See, they would have had to have put this and made one active, one inactive, kind of like they did the bedroom doors. Kind of like they did see, you got the same thing right here going into the office. You got the same type of thing. This is fixed. This is a standard door that had not been beveled. Here's your astragal, and the astragal is this side thing here, see? It's attached on the side, and it goes across, so when you close the door, you don't have that gap, and it just goes up to there, and then you got the flush bolt up there at the top. And this door handle is fixed, and this is the only door handle that you can go in. So you go over to this one, you're like, what's the deal with that? This is the only one that works over there when you have this closed up at the top. And see how that flops around? I could make that a little bit better if I just took a couple my white felt bumpers and put on the back side, put them right up on the edge of the door stop, and that would prevent this from flopping around like that.